Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I decided that I'm going to do some ribs for you. I'm going to show you exactly how I do mine. It's not that simple, but yet simple. And I say that because we add so many different things to our cooking. Um, I got a whole slab of ribs here. I already cleaned it up. I got another part. I already cleaned it up and everything, but I'm basically just gonna show you how I do mine. Um, First, what I'm gonna do is we're gonna start with putting all our dry ingredients into this bowl. I'm gonna tell you exactly what I'm putting in there. So if it's something that you want to try, it's much simpler for you. Okay? Right? Take one of these towels. I'm gonna take these gloves off. Okay, so we're gonna put all the dry ingredients together. First, what I'm putting is a dry rub, a dry brown sugar rub, and I'm gonna put the brand in the description, so you can actually see what it is. I actually can show you on the camera what this rub is. I got this from Costco, so I don't know if it's in the regular grocery store, but I got this one from Costco. So I just put 2 teaspoons of that. I'm gonna put a spoon and a half of black pepper, just because the ribs is, it's a whole slab, and I want to make sure it's coated properly. I'm gonna use 2 spoons of garlic powder. I'm gonna use 2 spoons of salt. Seems like a lot. Then paprika. Depends on how spicy you want it to, because paprika do have that heat in it. Okay. So I got 2 spoons of paprika. Ginger. I'm gonna use some ginger. And I put 1 spoon. Actually, we're gonna put a spoon and a half of ginger. You're gonna taste every flavor of what's going on here. Acent, a lot of folks don't use Acent, but I do. I'm just gonna put a spoon of that. And these are my dry ingredients. I'm mixing it all up together. Now, I did put the dry brown sugar rub, but I'm also gonna add a little bit more brown sugar. This is okay. It's not coffee. Okay. I'm gonna add a little bit more brown sugar in here and mix it all up. And now I'm gonna put this to the side. What I have here, a lot of people use beer when they do ribs. I went a little bit more expensive. I'm using Hennessy. It's dark liquor. I realized that I used it one day and experiment with it, and it turned out pretty good. So I'm gonna add some mustard. Just give it an average and just add about, we'll say about 2 teaspoons of mustard, 2 or 3 spoons, 2 or 3. Then I'm gonna cut this orange, and I'm gonna put the orange juice in here. I'm squeezing the orange juice in here. Now, there's so many different ways to do ribs. This is not just the only way I do ribs. I do so many different ways. Especially when you're putting it on the grill. So, you're gonna stir this all up together. Make sure the mustard kind of blend in there. So you got your dry ingredients and you got your wet ingredients. Okay? And I'm stirring this all in. I don't even want to taste this because I might get drunk. Okay. And then I'm going to put this to the side as well. Now this is your ribs. What I'm going to do is use the dry ingredients. And you're going to pat it into this ribs, back and front. So just coat the whole ribs and just pat it in. Now this is barbecue ribs. I'm just gonna pat it in there, turn it over, put some more. Pat it in there. You're coating the whole thing. When I'm done, I'm going to bring the camera closer so you can see exactly when it's patted, what this looks like. Then I'm going to do this piece as well. Same thing. I'm gonna try to use all this seasoning just because whenever you're cooking ribs and it's sitting, you want all the flavor to go all through and through. Like I said, everybody do different, and there's so many different ways to do ribs. This is just one of the ways that I do mine. Okay? Alright. So now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna get a pan and put this in there. I don't want to have all the washing hands and everything in the video, but I'm doing this by myself, so there's no way to go and stop it and start back and all this stuff. So I'm gonna get a pan and put this in. Okay, so I got one orange. Remember, I use one of the orange to make my wet ingredients. Now I'm going to take the other one and I'm actually going to slice it. Yeah, my knife is not that sharp. We're going to slice this. And we're going to put it in this pan. I'm going to put it in this pan. Then I'm going to take the ribs. I'm going to put it on top of the orange slices. Whatever little bit of seasoning is in this one, I'm going to just throw it on top. So we're not wasting anything. Now, what I'm going to do is take all this. This is the Hennessy, the orange, and the mustard, and I'm going to just pour it on top. Pour it on top. All right. Okay. Let me get the camera closer to show you exactly what this looks like. Okay, this is what it looks like right now. Because it's mustard in cold, something that is, cold chilled. That's why it look like this. But when you put this in the oven, everything is gonna simply melt into this ribs. Okay, now what you're gonna do is cover this. We're gonna cover it and put it in the oven at 400 degrees, and we're gonna bake this. Actually, we're not gonna do 400 right now. We're gonna do 375, and we're gonna put it in at 375 for 1 hour, completely covered. Once that's finished, we're gonna take it from there with the rest of everything. Okay, so after cooking the ribs for an hour, it's still not where I wanted it to be. So we're gonna put it in a little bit longer. But before we put it in, I'm gonna drain the juice from this. Now that I've drained the juice from that, what I'm gonna do is add my barbecue sauce and let it finish cooking in my barbecue sauce. Now the barbecue sauce is barbecue sauce, some ketchup, and a little bit of honey. And I'm gonna pour this. Normally I would brush it on, but because I'm gonna put it back into the oven for another 30 minutes. Because I literally want this to fall off the bone. When I pull a rack out, the meat must be extremely soft and falling off the bones. All right. So now I'm gonna put it back into the oven for another 30 minutes at 400 degrees. All right, guys, it's finally done. Let's see. Oh, there we go. Look at that, look at that, look at that. And I know I can pull the ribs up, but it's so hot, I can't even lift it up. Yep, it's on point, yo. Mm. Oh yeah. Yep. Oh yeah. See that? See that? See that? See that? All right. Now that this is done, you finished, look. Alright guys, hope you enjoy this. I'm gonna put it on a plate and let my mouth do the work. Hope you enjoy this video. Have a great day.